Hey guys, this is Ashley from Heavenly Hills Homestead. You might be wondering why I would be filming a planning your garden video when outside looks like this and my garden's under 3, almost 4 feet of snow and in the middle of winter. But it's really good to get your garden plan going well before it's time to put seeds in the ground, well before it's time to get starts. As the last couple years have taught us, it's really easy to go into a seed shortage. So any tried and true homesteader will tell you, get your seeds ordered and ready at least in winter, if not earlier. A lot of people are even more ahead of the game than I am and save their own seeds, which is fantastic. I'm not there yet, especially because last summer, in the middle of our garden, I was super pregnant and had my youngest daughter. So gardening was not as successful as I wished it would be, but that's what happens when you're super pregnant and have a baby in the middle of harvest season. So come along with me and I'm going to show you what I do and what I'm doing this year to prep for garden in the spring. So when you're planning out your garden, it's really helpful to keep track from the previous year, or if it's your first year, keep track in a journal. I've got my Homestead Journal here. I log all sorts of stuff about the homestead, chickens, gardening, harvest, weird events, all that, because when you're trying to plan next year's garden, you can easily forget all the things that happened last year, or the different details, or what were the certain seeds that you used that you liked, or ones that you used and didn't like. So I've got all that here, and I can show you some notes from last year. These, I just listed out the plants that did well and the ones that didn't, and the ones that were total busts. Last year was kind of funny for us. We had a record-breaking drought, which caused some well issues for us. And then I also was super pregnant with your little sister, and had her in the middle of the summer. So weeding and watering and all that just didn't go as well because I was super pregnant and not able to do it. And then with special weather circumstances, you can't really control that. So I wrote all that down, and in preparation, I went and wrote down my goals for this year, things I want to try or try differently, and then after that, I listed all of the plants and vegetables and fruits that I want to grow this year, and I divided it out into seeds I need to buy, starts that I want to get, and other items that I need to get. It is way cheaper to do your own starts at home. Do you think it's fun when we grow the plants in the cups? Yeah, you help me with that, huh? It's really fun for kids to help out with that, and it saves you a lot of money. But there are certain plants where it is going to be better in the long run for you to just get starts, but most of them are not going to be that way. So I do like to get a few different starts, but most of it are seeds that we grow ourselves. After I get all of that done, then I start actually planning the garden, and I go all out and I draw a picture with measurements and where I want to place things. I usually will do this a couple of different times, and then once I get everything how I want it, then I will color code it. So by the time that we're ready to put plants in the ground, I know how many plants I have from the starts, and I know where they're gonna go and all of that. And that is really helpful, huh? So So we should go buy our seeds now, huh?
Go buy seeds.
Yep, so we're gonna order our seeds. So here's a company that I really like to order most of my seeds from. It's Snake River Seed Company. They are local in Idaho. Fortunately, there's not a whole lot of companies in Idaho that do seeds, but this company is really good. I bought most of my seeds from them last year. And I just go down my list that I have of things that I know I want to grow, and then usually I start adding things to my cart that I don't have on the list, but I see it and I think, oh my goodness, I really want to grow that. So that's what I'm doing here. I do try to keep it really practical. A tip that I have for other gardeners or people who are getting started is that make sure that you're growing things that you're actually going to use or that you actually need. It's really fun to grow lots of things, but if you're homesteading like us and you're growing to put food on the shelf or food in the freezer, you need to be practical about it. If you don't eat beets, don't order beets and don't try to grow beets. One thing that I love, but my husband doesn't, so we don't order it and we don't grow it, is we don't do a lot of squash. We don't do butternut squash or anything but delicata squash and spaghetti squash. He just doesn't eat it. So although I like it and I like to grow it, I will only make a few recipes a year, so I don't need to have a bunch of squash plants. So just try to be practical. If you guys eat a lot of a certain thing and it would save you a lot of money to grow it yourself, then start there. Or start with things that you want to try or things that are really practical. Tomatoes are another one that we go through a lot of, and I grow a lot of tomatoes. Potatoes are something that grows really well here, so we grow a lot of potatoes. So just be practical when you're going through and ordering your seeds. Here's another company that I like to order seeds from is True Leaf Market. Also, I'm not an affiliate. I'm not sponsored by either of these companies. I'm just sharing with you what I like, what's worked for me. True Leaf Market is another one of those. They have really good quality seeds, and anything that I can't get from Snake River Seed Company, I can usually get from True Leaf Market. So I just go through and order what I need and order what I want to try, and try to do that as early as I can in the winter, and we can get going. Lastly, I've got some pictures of what our garden looked like in the beginning, what our garden will look like in the spring, getting starts in the ground, all that fun stuff. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a like and a subscribe. If you hit the bell at the top corner, you can get notifications for when I put out new videos. So thanks guys, and welcome to the homestead.